Never stood a chance.
Ask Tina Dingle.
Couldn't care less.
Frank's been over to the hospital to meet Bernard McAllister.
They'll be in a bad way.
Yeah, and Hara couldn't face it. She stayed in London with Jessica.
Poor lass.
Yeah. Frank tried to persuade Bernard to stay with us, but he just wanted to get back home after he'd been through all the formalities. Frank said he was terribly bitter.
It's good reason to be. They've got everything, that family. In a times like this.
I don't think I'll bother with that.
No, I don't feel like anything either.
I've been turning it over in my mind all night long. What if it had been one of ours? I don't think it's being selfish thinking like that, do you?
No. As soon as you have kids, it's in the back of your mind, isn't it? All the terrible things that can happen to them. Thank heavens it usually doesn't.
Maybe we should send the McAllisters a letter, eh? No, there's that we can say, like.
Well, at least they know we're bothered about them. Aye, all right. Oh, we're still going then.
Yeah, well, Sandra's expecting me. Oh, come on, it is her engagement.
Are you OK about Luke?
Try not to think about it.
Maybe it's best way.
Will you take care?
It's only Manchester.
Well, you leave us Sandra's phone number.
Oh, yeah, it's in here somewhere.
Oh, hello. Come on, sit down. I'll get you some breakfast.
I'll just have a brew, Tom. Kim said I can have a day off.
Blimey, look at the time. And when this train in Leeds. Look, there you go.
Well, ring us.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, be careful.
It's probably best she's out of it for a day or two.
Yeah.
That looks terrific. Are you all right? I didn't think I'd be seeing you this morning.
I didn't know what else to do.
Are you sure you're up to it?
I went to the hospital with Tina.
How is she?
She's broken her wrist. They let her go home, though.
Well, she's very lucky.
Yeah.
You're not still opening, are you, after poor Luke?
I wasn't sure whether to or not.
Well, they say there's no room for sentiment in business.
Perhaps I shouldn't.
Well, we're not shutting the shop. Look, people have still got things to do. And anyway, it's not as if you've got flags and a brass band, is it?
Well, yeah, I suppose it's up to people if they come in or not.
Well, of course it is.
So you're opening, then?
I think I might as well. Look, Betty, there's no need for you to come in if you'd rather not.
Oh, no, if you're opening, I'll be there this afternoon, as we arranged. Never let an employer down yet. Never have. Never will.
I'd sooner they put me inside than do community service.
Don't be so daft.
It's soft.
Yeah.
You're not but a do-gooder, and you don't get paid.
Mr. Pollard's learning me all sorts.
You just watch yourself.
Okay.
Rodders are coming again
What do they want now?
to interview our Tina later.
You tell them she's in bed badly.
Of course I did.
They've got naught better to do.
They've got to investigate with him dead.
They should hang the flags out.
Hey, less of that. Especially when coppers come.
Do you know, it could have been our Tina. From what she was telling me last night, I think he might have been trying to kill her.
Give over.
I won't put it past him. He did our Ben. Luke McAllister got everything he deserved.
Who's that lot for, then?
It's me dinner.
Surprised you can show your face this morning.
I've got community service.
Well, I don't think the community is all that thrilled about your family's contribution at the present minute.
Eh?
Luke, he'd still be here if he hadn't got messed up with your sister.
She's got a broken wrist, plaster on it and everything.
Oh, my heart bleeds for her.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Windsor. I'll tell her. See ya.
Is it an act, or is he really that thick?
Oh, he gives me the creeps. They all do. Hey, You never guess what I just seen.
I'll give that.
Linda Glover getting into Danny Weir's car.
Don't you mention that name to me. I'd rather have a dingle than a weir any day. At least there's no pretence with him. You know where you stand.
I mean, she came in for that passport. Do you think she and him are, up to something?
Well, if she is, she has my deepest sympathy. They're a family of hypocrites. There's your lady weir, all nice and pally. Then when I'm up in the dock, bang! She comes down on me like a ton of bricks.
Well, you should have paid that blessing parking ticket.
That's not the point.
Sometimes, Vic, you are as dim as that dingle.
Obviously, I got the reports from the officers who attended the incident and witness statements. I'd like to get a general picture of events leading up to the crash. I'll be making a report for the coroner.
Well, I don't think there's much I can add. Luke came in for a while.
How was he behaving?
Well, he wasn't his usual self. And he wasn't drunk or anything like that.
How would you describe him?
Upset.
Well, you had good reason to be.
Why is that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, please. The more complete the picture, the better.
Well, everybody knows who's to blame.
Tina Dingle.
Well, you know about that, then?
I know Luke McAllister was in the frame for killing her brother, Ben. What I can't understand is that she and McAllister had any sort of relationship.
But she set him up.
Who's that, then?
Who do you think?
Don't take long for people to get their knives out, does it? Maybe she needs a bit of sympathy. You thought of that?
You what?
Well, it's hardly her fault that a spoiled kid can't handle a lover's tiff.
Terry, this is Detective Sergeant Thwaite.
Aye, well, I'm just making sure you get both sides of it.
Oh, I intend to.
So, young fellow, my lad, let's see how quickly you can get a lick of paint on that, eh?
All of it? That's right. Will it take all these cans?
No, of course not. Now, spread it thinly. We don't want any dribbles now, do we?
What are those for?
They're mine. What are you chortling for?
You're pinching them, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I put in a joint offer for these.
You've paid for them.
Some of us don't steal everything we lay our hands on.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Ah, good morning.
Hiya.
Trying to instill some values into my laddo here.
Shall I take those over to your house, Mr. Pollard?
Just get this lot painted. Never mind about him. How are you?
I'm busy. I've just been taking witness statements.
Dreadful tragedy. And of course, there's you people that have to pick up the pieces.
Thankfully, it's not an everyday occurrence.
Would you like to come to my place for dinner tonight? Give you a chance to wind down?
Well, I'd love to.
But?
Well, I really must get this paperwork written up.
See.
Can I ring you?
Yes, sure.
Hey, Mr. Pollard!
What?
I can't get the lid off the paint.
Hopeless.
Oh, you feeling better after your nap, love?
I couldn't get off. It's daft, Betty, but I was lying there. Oh, never mind, it's because I'm knackered.
Oh, go on, go on.
I was thinking about everything. And I should have been feeling sad. But I wasn't. I was feeling angry. I just wanted to grab hold of somebody, shout at them, shake them. And it was Luke I could see. It's just like he was standing there. If I could have grabbed him, I would have and knocked that stupid grin off his face. I just wanted to make him listen. If I'd have made him listen, it wouldn't have happened. And he'd still be here. My mate would still be here.
We'll try to persuade people to bring their animals in.
Even if it's a herd of Frisians.
Oh, big words.
Just imagine, one morning of me answering the phone and I could ruin your reputation.
You have already?
It'll teach me to encourage staff to go on dirty weekends to Amsterdam. We should have gone.
Never mind that. Just concentrate on what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes, boss.
Well, answer it then.
Hello, Tate's veterinary practice. What can we do for you? A lump where?
I had more to do with Luke than my own family.
Well, I don't feel very proud of myself. Well, the last time I saw that poor lad, I were on at him about the money he owed me for wedding due.
Oh, that's not your fault, Betty.
No, but it's that added bit of pressure on him.
Yeah, well, he'd got himself into a right state, hadn't he? I just wish I could remember the times that we had. You know, having a laugh, getting drunk, taking the bikes to school. Just anything normal like it used to be.
Well, your mind seems to shut all that out because you couldn't cope with it now.
Time's a great healer.
And life. Just getting on with things. Oh, you'll still shed a tear in the years to come. But you'll be able to smile as well. Just remembering all the daft things you used to do together. 'Cause you was a right rum pair, you two, you know.
Yeah. We were, weren't we?
Biff shook up.
Oh, it's not right. I mean, how many lives are the Dingles going to ruin? You know, they're like a gang of school bullies and nobody's got the bottle to tackle them.
We can't change what's happened, lass.
You'd think nothing had happened looking at some people. Oh.
What do you reckon?
Oh, very good.
Did it myself.
Oh, I thought you'd run a competition with playgroup.
I'll get a few reeled off then.
I wouldn't do that just yet.
Hey, listen. You can't start advertising for this sort of thing too soon. If we're going to hire a bus, I want it to be full. I'm not some council subsidising buses to run half empty, am I?
I know all that. But I just wouldn't advertise a fun trip after what's happened.
Well, they'll get over it. It'll cheer 'em up.
No, but it might backfire. They might think you're being callous. They might boycott it.
Yes, well, perhaps a period of quiet mourning and reflection is called for. Do you reckon tomorrow would be too soon?
Nah.
Should never have given him those keys.
Dave, you didn't know what was going to happen.
We brought him down to the pub. If he hadn't come down, he...
Look, you can't blame yourself.
Can't I?
All right, lad.
Just wish I could turn back clock one day. He must have been off his head.
That happened the moment he took up with Tina.
We don't know what were in his mind when he got behind that wheel.
Hiya. It's terrible in the village. What makes it worse? Everyone seems to expect me to know the McAllisters are taking it.
Oh, yeah, Dad rang. You said Bernard's bearing up.
I can't help feeling guilty. I mean, they asked me to keep an eye on Luke.
Well, they moved down to London.
Well, maybe they were just trying to give him a bit of independence.
What would you do if I suddenly died?
Chris?
It's all right, I'm not planning to.
Good. Something like this makes you realise that nothing's certain.
Precisely. You see, Tom Challoner, he sent me this financial advisor's pack. It's one of the questions you ask.
Chris, Luke's dead.
Yeah? Playing at being James Dean by the sound of it. It's sad, Rachel. It's very sad, but some of us, we have to look after the living.
Do you good, you know, a bit of fresh air.
It's cold. You should never have done what you did to our Ben.
No. It's nearly 12 months since.
That stuck-up lot will know what we went through now, won't they?
I'm just grateful it wasn't you.
Went crazy, Mum.
He wanted to kill me. I couldn't stop him, he wouldn't listen. He just put his foot down. There's nothing I could do.
I know that.
People will blame me, though, won't they?
Well, you know the truth.
I didn't want him dead, Mum. Honest, I didn't.
Right. What of our special Earl Grey?
Why don't you join me? I'm sure the dynamic duo will cope, eh? So, how's it all going?
OK for a first day. Mostly police.
Yes, well, I hope they know how to use saucers, eh?
Of course they do.
I don't want rings all over the tables, you know.
Eric, they are here to be used.
Kathy, these are here to be sold. Nobody's going to buy a piece of furniture with rings and cigarette burns, now are they?
Well, I'll put a sign up to customers, shall I?
People take advantage of you when you're in business.
I know.
What's going on? Never mind, accidents do happen.
Not to my pieces, you clumsy girl. Do you know how much that was worth? This'll have to come out of her wages. She's going to be working here till Christmas to pay for that
Eric,
lot.
she's upset.
So am I.
You haven't paid for your tea.
It was cold.
She told one of you all that happened last night. She's in shock, this girl.
I'm sure if it had been Tina that had died, Mrs. Dingle, you'd want us to find out exactly what happened.
You didn't when our Ben was murdered. You couldn't care less then. Oh, but now it's a doctor's son. Well, for your information, that doctor's son tried to kill me.
Have you got that down, attempted murder?
We aren't here to lay blame.
Course you are. It's the same old story. Blame the Dingles.
Tina publicly stated that she hated Luke.
She never went.
At the wedding ceremony, half the village witnessed it.
Well, she got cold feet. She changed her mind. You can't hold that against her.
Luke McAllister tried to kill me. I was there, I was the only witness. So you can get that down in your report.
Doesn't matter what you say, Dave. Tina wasn't going to stop until she destroyed him. And now she has.
Yeah, we all know that. There's nothing we can do about it.
You've changed your tune, haven't you?
It's too late.
Look, if somebody commits a crime, you don't just say, well, it's done now, we'll let them off.
Can't prove a crime's been committed.
Biff, I'm not saying it has. I'm saying she as good as killed Luke. And if he was a mate...
Of course he was.
Well, then we should do something about it. Ned, what do you think?
What's that, Nick?
Somebody should sort out Tina Dingle.
So much should have been done about the whole Dingle clan years ago.
Yeah, well, you're the only one who's ever stood up to him.
Yeah, I mean, Zach's had the odd set too.
Yeah, it's not stopped him, has it?
Same again, Tom. Not a bad feeling flying around.
Well, that's hardly surprising.
I bet you're glad your Linda's out the way.
You know it makes sense.
Her being friendly with Luke. Be upsetting for her.
Oh, yeah. She's gone to a girlfriend's in Manchester.
Oh, that's nice. A girlfriend's in Manchester.
Well, I reckon a few lads in here will be game.
Right, and what are we going to do when we get there?
We're going to tell them what we think of them. Yeah. Tell them what everybody thinks of them.
Oh,
Right.
they'll all just sit there, nodding their heads.
Oh.
Well, let them start summit.
Look, I'm going to go down to the malt shop and see if anybody there wants to come.
Well, we'll ask round here and see it outside in, what, half an hour?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Are you going to come
Excuse me, Ned.
OK, so...
You're welcome to come, Alan. I mean, don't feel that you've got to, but we know you're with us in spirit.
Well, I'm afraid I'm not. I don't think any of you should go.
Well, no, it's not your style.
No, it's not that. I can't condone mob rule.
The law's done nothing about the Dingles for years, so it's about time we did.
Yeah, the silent majority.
Well, not so silent.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it, look, you just get down at Malt.
Yeah, well, this is ridiculous.
I'll grow up the lot of you, will you? Might make you feel better for a bit, but it won't bring Luke back.
Why don't you go and sit down, gentlemen? David's quite right.
So, what new skills did you learn today then, Picasso?
Oh,
Leave him alone.
tell you, it's dobbing that community service. It's like doing a proper job.
Aye, for them, it's slave labour.
He's a shining example, is our Sammy.
You gave me some stick, though, man.
Who?
Them in village. They don't know how I can show my face. They say it's a pity it wasn't our Tina who snuffed it.
They better not let me hear them.
I think we better keep out of the road for a bit, you know, till it all blows over.
Why? I've done nothing wrong. You lot can skulk away if you like, but I'm not.
I'm with you, our kid. I'm not frightened of that bunch of turkeys.
We should go to the wool pack tonight. See what they'd say then, eh?
You've got a point, Nelly. We've got Brownie, we've got no toast.
Ah, we'll go in and show them all, eh?
No.
I thought you were on my side.
I am. And I don't want to see you hurt anymore. I know you're suffering, don't deny it. What's the point in you asking for any more?
Sorry I didn't hear you. I dozed off.
Sorry, I didn't think you'd be asleep.
That's all right. It's been a stressed sort of day.
Yeah.
Hey, you okay?
Can I stay over tonight? Sorry. It's Luke. I just can't handle it.
Sure. Come on, come in.
Oh, Vanessa, nice to see you.
I heard the awful news about the McAllister boy.
Yes, the flack's really been flying. We nearly had a lynch mob in here.
Tell me.
Have a butcher's at Lady Bountiful there.
Who?
Lady Toffee Nose.
Oh, leave it out. She finds you over a parking ticket. Big deal.
Look at her sniffing round Alan Turner. It's disgusting.
Shall we go home?
No, not driving me out. No way. It's in their genes, you know. All those years of interbreeding. And her own son's no better, seducing a lovely working-class girl like Linda Glover.
Just belt up. If Jan hears you, she'll go mad.
I wouldn't blame her.
Vic.
If it was one of our girls, I'd want to know.
What it all boils down to is the landlord fulfilling his wider responsibilities in the community, commanding respect and decent standards of behaviour.
You ought to be applauded, Alan. You know, it's frightening how quickly people fall into the mentality of witch trials.
Yeah, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
What exactly does that mean?
Except that in your court, the only difference is that the witch is on the bench.
Vic, why don't you go and sit down and I'll bring your drinks over?
No, that's to be said. She swans round here like the guardian of our morals, and even her own son's at it.
Mr. Windsor, your grudge is with me, not Daniel.
Deflowering Jan's lovely daughter. Taking her off to have his wicked way with her.
What? Why should Jan or I object to them enjoying a few days in Amsterdam?
Oh, no, I don't think so. No, Linda's at a friend's in Manchester.
Oh, I must have got it wrong.
She's in Amsterdam with Daniel, isn't she?